Hi, you guys. Okay, Bridgerton, Season 1, Episode 5. Lady Bridgerton has a hangover from all that champagne last night, and Daphne come downstairs with her announcement. Mama, I am engaged. Lady Bridgerton said, "Oh, how wonderful. You're going to be a princess." Daphne said, No, I won't. Mama, I'm engaged to the Duke. Lady Bridgerton said, "Oh, okay. Hold up, you don't look pleased. What's wrong?" Lady Bridgerton, if you only knew that all your ABC boys was down at the damn duel last night and they just got in this morning. Daphne said, "Oh, it's nothing. It just happened so fast. I haven't had a moment to take it all in. Trust me, I'm overjoyed." And this is kind of true. Remember, she's getting in the house from the duel, and the proposal wasn't the most romantic. Did he technically even propose? And I'm on the Duke's ass because his ass play too many games with this back and forth shit. Lady Bridgerton said, "Of course you are. You're going to be a duchess. Ruth or not, I knew it was something between you two. Tell me everything." Daphne said, "I'm so overjoyed that I can't wait a month. Can we get a special license to marry this week?" I don't want to lie to you, but Lady Bridgerton said, "Look, you don't need to tell me anything. Your father and I, we had trouble controlling our passions too. And you got what you wanted. You're marrying for love. Now we got a wedding to plan." Lady Whistledown writes, "I'm hardly a virtuous woman. Therefore, I'm going to announce what others question, but I never doubted. The season's diamond is officially betrothed to the Duke of Hastings. The bride is said to be giddy over the proposal. This event will be happening sooner rather than later. It's only two reasons one would want to race to the altar: true love or a scandal." Queen Charlotte has gotten ahead of herself, making wedding plans for Daphne and the prince. Well, honey, she found out today. Over at the Bridgerton, Hyacinth asked Daphne, how does it feel to be in love? Eloise said, like jumping off a cliff and falling on the ground. Eloise does not stop. This causes her and Daphne to go back and forth. Daphne says to Eloise, "You'll know soon enough. You'll be up next season. I'm setting the standard, and you should be grateful." Eloise told Daphne, "Yeah, right. You think I'm going to follow in your footsteps? The only thing I'm grateful for is that I'm not you, nor will I ever be." And Daphne has a visitor, and it's Prince Friedrich. Awkward. Daphne apologized to the prince, and he said it's no need. He tells Daphne that, I thought we had a connection, but that was my fault for misjudging that. Daphne told the prince that, she and the Duke prince, they felt enamored, and nothing could come in between that. The prince was a gentleman, and he wished Daphne a lifetime of happiness, and it was a pleasure knowing her. Daphne looked a little unsure about the happiness, and I think it's because of how everything is going down. Maybe she thinks the Duke is marrying her out of pity, or because someone may have seen them. She may feel that the Duke may feel that he is being forced to marry Daphne. Hyacinth was on the other side of the door, ear hustling, and she said, "I hope the Duke proposal was half as romantic as that one." Nope, girl, it wasn't. It's a day of promenading, and the Duke strolls up late and drunk. And the Duke is making me mad with his attitude. A couple was congratulating them on their engagement. Both said thank you. And Daphne tried to hold his hand, and he gonna snatch his hand away. I mean, Duke, if you gonna act like that, you should have just stayed at the door. Or better yet, you should have got on the damn ship. And Anthony's toxic ass went down to see Sienna. Madame Delacroix opened the door and was like, "Oh, God, you." And Anthony said, I know I'm a piece of shit. However, I promise to take care of her regardless." Madame Delacroix says, "My lord, you're too late. Furthermore, she doesn't need shit from you. My friend is good. Goodbye." At the Feathertons, Lady Featherton tells her husband that she has an unpaid bill down at the dress shop, and if she does not pay, the girls can't get a new dress. Lord Featherton said, well, they have plenty, they can wear it again. Lady Featherton looks at, fuck no, they can't. She says to her husband, well, I guess you won't need this tobacco either. Colin came over to see Marina, and this vexed Penelope's soul, and she is being irky, being a blocker. Penelope asks Lady Bridgerton, do you think this is wise? Colin is too young to be serious about marriage, and Cousin Marina simply doesn't have the time. Penelope is going to stop this shit by all means necessary. Caressa brings her olive oil looking ass down to the dress shop to remind Daphne of what she's seen. Daphne says to her, I don't even recall leaving the ballroom. It was way too dark to actually see anyone unless you was down there yourself. Caressa said, my view was clear from the terrace. You played the prince just to make the Duke mad, and you lured him into the garden to trap him into marriage. Shame on you, Bridgerton. Daphne said, watch how you talk to me, Cressida. I'm to be Duchess, and you will be, well, just you. So either we could be friends or enemies. It's your choice, bitch. Cressida said, well, let's see if that Duke actually walked down the aisle first. I don't think he's the type that like to be forced. And I know this got to Daphne because, like I said, maybe Daphne do feel like she's forcing the Duke. Prince Friedrich is saying his goodbyes to Queen Charlotte. The Queen says to the Prince, he's a Duke, you're a Prince, fight for the girl. The Prince said, I'm not waiving my titles. I'm happy for them. Everyone is. You've seen what Whistledown has written. The Queen said, well, if you want to accept defeat, do so. But I most certainly will not. Anthony and Simon is meeting up with the Archbishop to get the special license to marry. Anthony tells Simon he needs to discuss Daphne's dowry. Simon said, no need. Go on and put that in the trust fund. I will not be paid to marry Daphne. It's insulting. Her well-being is now my responsibility. Okay, Duke. Okay. Anthony apologized for shooting the Duke, and they joked it off. The Archbishop denied the request. Back at the Bridgerton, Daphne is in a panic because of the denial. Lady Dowdry has just shown up for dinner, and she noticed the grim mood. And she asked, well, what's wrong? Anthony said they denied our request. Lady Dowdry said, it's not the Archbishop. It's the Queen tripping because you rejected her nephew. Give her the attention she wants. Go down there personally. Don't beg. Be sincere. Simply put, tell her you're in love. I mean, y'all can do that, right? They agreed, and Lady Dowdry said, well, good, let's eat. Benedict goes back to the art studio, and this time it looks like they're having a party. And it looks like they're having a sex party. And Madame Delacroix is there, and she wants some of Benedict. Benedict is looking for a room to go in and bust her down in, and he runs into Henry, and Henry is with another man, honey. I kind of figured he liked men. Moving on. Simon done got his ass kicked out of the bar. Will came down and had to help him stand up. Will said, marrying that girl can't be that bad. I know you love her. Simon said, feelings got me into this mess. Now she got to fight for what and she doesn't want. Now, this got me thinking that Simon, it feels like he's forcing Daphne into something because he chased her down in the garden that night, which is forcing her to marry. These two just need to have a conversation. Over at the Feathertons, Lady Featherton tells Marina that Lord Rutledge is coming to dinner on Saturday, so she should muster up some enthusiasm for his proposal. She tells Marina, I found you a wealthy man who is willing to look past your circumstances, and you're so ungrateful. This is about that Colin. That boy is too young. Cut him off, or I'll lock you in his room until that old man makes you his wife. Marina said, wait, you have been kind to me, and I want to repay you. If I marry Colin, you'll be connected to a powerful family, and your girls can benefit from this. Just give me until Sunday. If Colin doesn't propose, I'll marry Lord Old-Ass. Marina plans to seduce Colin into having sex with him before they would get married and pin that baby on him. And look at Penelope eavesdropping. Queen Charlotte is having dinner with her husband, King George III, the Mad King. He obtained this name by way of what could have been bipolar disease. During that time, mental illness was written off as insanity. The king and queen are reminiscing about the old days and what they like to do. And he asks, "Where's Emily?" And Queen Charlotte says, "Amelia been dead for quite some time now." And he went mad. I feel for Queen Charlotte and what she has to go through with her husband. It's hard. I can imagine. Daphne couldn't sleep, so she went out into the garden. I'm sure she has to be full of anxiety. Simon and her really haven't talked lately. Also, Simon is acting like he don't even want her. It's just a lot, I guess, on her mind. Her maid lady, Rose, came out and she asked Daphne, "Are you okay? If you're worried about the wedding plans, I have everything under control." Daphne said, "No, it's the Duke." Rose said, "Every man get the jitters, but that doesn't signify. He'll be a good husband and a great father." And Daphne said, "Well, he can't have children. What is his impediment? I'm not sure, but I know it hurts him." Rose said, "My aunt has been married for 10 years now, no children, yet they are still husband and wife to one another." Daphne said, "Because they have love. At least your aunt has that." Okay, now we see Daphne is feeling a lack of love from the Duke. Okay, it's the next day and the Duke has woken up from his drunken slumber at Will's house. Simon tells the couple, "Hey, look, if I get married, I want you two to be there." And Will's wife said, "He think he can get out of this." Also, she would like for the Duke to invest in her husband Expeditions series business. She tells Simon, "I was thinking that you can get your soon-to-be brother-in-law to invest, being as though he tried to shoot you." "What, you ain't think I know? What Will know, I know. And that's just how it goes." Tell him. That's how marriage life is. Will has a beautiful family. Next up, Daphne and Simon is off to see the Queen. They all greet her and she asks Lady Dowdry if that's the lowest she can go. And Lady Dowdry said, "Yes, with these knees." Queen Charlotte said, "I heard your request for a special license was denied. I'm not sure why you think I had something to do with it, but plead your case." And Daphne started. She said, "We're deeply in love with one another. While I was flattered by your nephew, I just couldn't stop thinking about the Duke. It was love at first sight." And the Duke interrupted. He said, "It was not love at first sight. Flattery, yes, but not love. I was attracted to her, but Miss Bridgerton thought I was presumptuous, arrogant, and insincere. I thought she was a prim lady, barely grown up. Not to mention she is my best friend's sister. So us being together was out of the question. But we found friendship by fooling everyone around us, thinking that we were courting. All along, we were enjoying each other's company, so much so that we couldn't stay away from one another. I never been the one to talk and flirt and laugh, but with Daphne, conversation always been easy. Her laughter bring me joy. She's my best friend. I apologize that it took the prince to come along for me to realize I want Miss Bridgerton as my wife. I plead with you not to make us wait." And the Queen was moved, which it was very well said by Simon. And it was also Daphne's first time really hearing the Duke express his feelings for Daphne. It was beautiful. All was missing was a tear to fall down Daphne's face. Okay, and the Queen said, "You are wise to know that friendship is the best possible foundation a marriage can have, even if that foundation crumbles as quickly as it was to build. Now, Miss Bridgerton, do you wish to marry this man?" And we fade into the wedding, and it's a beautiful wedding. Me personally, I love intimate weddings, small set of people, and then just have a big reception, But nevertheless, this was beautiful. Although I thought Daphne's dress would be a little more grand, I would say it was kind of plain. but she was cute. Okay, now is the reception, and everyone seemed to be enjoying themselves. And Daphne is, doing her thing for us, greeting people and people congratulating her. You know how it is at a wedding. The bride is always getting held up. The Duke is on the other side of the room, right across from Daphne, kicking it with the guys, doing the guys thing. Daphne makes her way towards him, and here come motherfucking Olive Oil. And this bitch say, "Hey, friend, congratulations and whatnot. I hope you remember how kind I was to keep your secret and repay me one day." Daphne was looking at her like, Penelope is trying to help Marina pick out another baby daddy that she can pin that baby on. And Marina's like, no, So Penelope said, look, you can't do this to Colin. He's my friend. It could be anybody else except for Colin. And I knew this. I knew that it could be anyone else, but the fact that it was Colin, she has a problem with it. And I understand, Penelope. I'm with you. Marina's not trying to hear that shit. She like, look, girl, Colin is going to be an excellent husband and an excellent father. Colin is where that. That's who's going to be my baby daddy. Sit your ass down somewhere. Lady Featherton comes over to them and she tells Marina, I have you to know that Lord Rutledge is no longer available. He is to marry another young lady. Marina said, oh, how terribly wonderful. Lady Featherton said, this shit with Colin better fucking work. Eloise and Penelope bumps into one another. They haven't talked since that night when Eloise came over to Penelope's house. And they just keep it moving. But I hate to see them fighting. Like, these are my two girls. Now, Penelope is sitting over there about to give herself an anxiety attack watching Colin and Marina as they're into one another. And Colin and Marina, they creeps off, just the two of them. And Marina is trying to seduce Colin. She has to pin that baby on someone, and it's going to be Colin in her eyes. They begin to kiss, and Colin said, no, I can't do this. You're a lady, and I have to uphold our honor. You deserve better. Marina is like, fuck. Then Colin said, we should get married. And Marina is excited. She's like, yes. And he's like, good. Okay, at the end of this season, our families need to plan our wedding because you deserve a big wedding. And let's not tell everyone just yet. It's my sister's day. And Marina said, of course. She like, fuck on the inside. The queen is in the building. And Daphne said, Her Majesty, I am honored for your presence today. The queen said, my child, I just hope that you made the right choice. At least you'll have fun tonight. Daphne like, huh? Eloise is over here grilling Lady Dandry, trying to figure out if she's Lady Whistledown. Lady Dandry said, child, everyone loves secrets. Why do you think Lady Whistledown is so successful? I'm flattered by the accusations, but it's simply not true. But if you unmask her, let me know. Queen Charlotte asks Eloise, you think Lady Dandry is Lady Whistledown? Eloise said, Your Majesty, you want to know what I know? Finally, someone is interested in what Eloise have going on besides Penelope. The queen said, girl, don't make me ask you again. Tell me what you know. Look, the artist Henry is there, and he sees Benedict, and he said, you know, what happened the other night? And Benedict cut him off, said, well, what happened the other night? Henry like, whoo. And Henry is there with his wife. Anthony tells Daphne that the Duke denied her dowry. This makes Daphne snap. She asks him, why would you tell me this? And Anthony said, no, sister, it's for your benefit. Or if you want, maybe your children. I know you're going to have a lot of them. And that made Daphne run upstairs. And Lady Bridgerton follows her. Lady Bridgerton thinks that she has honeymoon nerves. She said to Daphne, it's about time I should have this talk with you. Some acts that involved you and your husband. Okay, see, the marital act you will perform. And Daphne said, Mama, if it's this difficult to discuss, how difficult will it be to perform? Lady Bridgerton said, oh no, dear, it's natural. Like in spring when a flower grows. Okay, remember our basset hounds. No one told them what to do, but there were puppies. Daphne said, "Oh, okay, I see. So this act I'm going to perform, they will bring forth children." Lady Bridgerton said, "Yes, exactly." Whew. Daphne said, "Well, what if the Duke and I can't have children? Do we still need to do this act?" And Lady Bridgerton said, "As long as you two care for one another, nothing else matters." Daphne said, "I still have so many questions." And Rose come in and she tells them that the carriage is pulling up. So that cuts their conversation short. It's been an extremely long day for Daphne. I'm sure a stressful week with planning a wedding and everything. She has yet seen or talked to the Duke privately. At this point, I'm sure she's very confused about a lot of things. Let's just pray for Daphne. Daphne say her goodbyes to the ABC clan, and they're so cute, and you can tell this is just a loving family. The two youngest want to go with her. Daphne says to Eloise, "We couldn't be any more different, but we both can agree on this. You will make your own way in this world. I'm sure of it." I thought this was so freaking cute. Lady Bridgerton says to Daphne, "Write me. You're going to be a wonderful Duchess." And off they go. Daphne and Simon are finally alone on their way to the inn. And Daphne seems like she doesn't want to go to the inn. The Duke said, "I should have told you." Yes, Duke, communication is key. The mood is just awkward. Maybe it's because the only loving thing Simon actually said to Daphne was at the Queen's court. And really, he didn't even say it to Daphne. He said it to the Queen. They arrived to the inn, and Simon had the nerve to get 2 rooms. At this point, Daphne is like, whatever. She's just going along to get along. Now, they're both in their separate rooms, and both of these fools are pacing back and forth. And all of this comes from they are not talking. They are not talking to one another. And I'm going to blame, yes, the Duke is acting like an asshole, but Daphne, you can say something too. You act like the cat didn't cut off your tongue. Daphne must have said, "Fuck this." And she went to the door, and on the other side of the door was Duke. Awkward. The Duke said, "Yeah, we should go to dinner." Daphne said, "I don't want no dinner. For 3 days, I've been wanting to be alone with you, to talk to you, to know. I understand you want a separate room from me. You don't wish to see me, and you want to have a silent dinner on our wedding night. You avoided me, said but just a few words, barely even looked me in the eyes." The Duke said, "You're mistaken. That's not what I prefer. I wanted to give you your liberty. I didn't want to say anything wrong to you. I didn't look you in the eyes because I couldn't bear witness of the misery I caused you." Daphne said, "You didn't." They both think they trapped one another. Now it makes sense to me. I was understanding Daphne clearly, but I wasn't understanding the Duke clearly. And now I understand. The Duke said, "The last 3 days was agony, unable to be with you because I know you didn't want me. Understandably so. You want children and a family. You wanted a love man. But yet," and Daphne cuts him off and said, "This couldn't be any more different. Is that it?" The Duke said, "Everything I told the Queen was true. I can't stop thinking of you. My thoughts are never ending. I'm yours, Daphne. Always been yours." And Daphne said, I just don't understand. And this makes the Duke frustrated, which some people, it's hard for them to express their feelings, especially a person like the Duke, who was so cold-hearted. Daphne said, "Look at you, you're damn right flushed." The Duke said, "Yes, that's what happens when you burn for someone who doesn't feel the same." And this does something to Daphne. She said, "You burn for me?" The Duke said, why you think I followed you into that garden?" Daphne said, "Why do you think I even went in that garden?" Daphne said, "Why do you think I went into that garden? If you would have just looked at me for longer than 2 seconds, you would have known that it's you I cannot sacrifice. I burn for you." At this point, they is trying to win them an Emmy, and I think they gonna get it because this speech, this and the speech at the Queen's Court, oh my goodness, beautiful. And finally, they get to consummate their marriage. Daphne seeing how beautiful the spring flowers really are. It was so romantic up until the Duke pulls out because he doesn't want to get Daphne pregnant. Duke, I knew you can have children. Daphne says she feels wonderful. Okay, and that's all for this episode, and I'll see you at the next. Bye.